of my project is to study molecular dynamics simulation, which is where we take a static structure and we apply a physics model to it. In this case, it's a protein, and we're looking at how electrostatic interaction causes this opening and closing of the structure. I'm going to put in the distance matrix for HIV that I showed you in the PowerPoint. It's going to tell us the number of frames and residues. And then we're going to ignore near neighbors. So these are things that are close together due to their physical placement in the protein sequence. We're going to ignore some amino acids. You have to put in a FASTA sequence, which is just the protein sequence. And tell how many header lines. We're going to remove all the nonpolar amino acids, hydrocarbon amino acids, spaces in between. Okay, and then we're going to set the local threshold. So this will say how close something has to get in order to be considered a local distribution. We're trying to pick local distribution peaks. Okay, so we finished picking peaks and doing the mode selection for HIV. I'm going to set local to 1, so it has to get within 10 angstrom in order to be considered. Then we're going to change the total to 2, so it has to move between at least 2 spots in order to be considered. Okay, so once we enter those thresholds, we get a filtered graph. On the top axis, this is your traditional heat map. This tells us how many local distributions by color and what residue pairs it occurs at. So since the top of this is 9 and this is the darkest red figure, that means all of our distributions are local distributions in this case. What we can see from this is pair distance distribution. So this is, this case, residue 88 versus 29 in blue and 88 versus 61 in red. Not a lot of overlap. They likely don't entirely interact, but that's fine. From this cost correlation difference, we can see that there might be some increase in correlation at this particular point. Turn on tooltip. Our lag value for that would be 1895. And this is what the pair distance this is what the simulation pair distance looks like for both residues with their pair distance here and their frame number here. You can see it goes from 0 to about 2500. And so we will change the lag value to 1895.